The modern biological ideal is a carefully managed state. We aim for 8 continuous hours of sleep, use alcohol-based sanitizers, follow precise skincare regimens, and wear custom-molded guards to protect our teeth at night. We consider this the standard for human health. Yet this same population is marked by high levels of chronic anxiety and sleep deprivation. For the first time, we are seeing widespread allergic and autoimmune conditions, where the body's defense systems begin attacking its own tissues. This raises a question about our physical baseline. Many of the ailments we spend billions of dollars to treat may be the direct results of moving away from the environments our bodies were built to navigate. To find that baseline, we have to look back roughly 100,000 years. This is the environment of the early human, a world without climate control, synthetic medicine, or a fixed 8-hour schedule. In this setting, survival depended on behaviors that the modern world would classify as medical emergencies or social taboos. These were functional responses to a hostile environment, developed through thousands of generations of trial and error. Our ancestors did not sleep in a single block. They followed a biphasic pattern, sleeping for 4 hours after dusk, waking for a period of activity in the middle of the night, and then returning to sleep until dawn. This chart tracks hormonal shifts across both sleep styles. This waking interval is characterized by a spike in prolactin, a hormone that produces a state of calm, quiet alertness. It is a specific neurological state that modern humans rarely experience. By filling our nights with artificial light and standardizing the 8-hour clock, we have removed this natural period of mental clarity. We now seek out professional therapy to help us reach the state of relaxation that used to be a standard part of the human night. A similar shift occurred inside the human gut. For most of human history, the intestines were a complex ecosystem shared with various worms and parasites, organisms that industrial sanitation has almost entirely eliminated. Research into the hygiene hypothesis suggests our immune systems evolved to require these parasites for proper calibration. Prehistoric humans even engaged in geophagy, the deliberate consumption of specific clays and soils to manage their internal environment. Without these ancient triggers, the modern immune system often lacks the inputs it needs to distinguish between a threat and the body itself. By sanitizing our lives to this degree, we have effectively starved the immune system of its natural training ground and bypassed the brain's built-in mechanisms for managing stress. Early medical interventions were often direct and physical. 7,000 years ago, humans practiced trepanation, the act of cutting a hole into a living person's skull to treat head injuries or internal pressure. These surgeries were performed with stone tools and without anesthesia, yet survival rates reached 90%. The evidence of success is visible in the bone. Notice the smooth, rounded edges around the opening. This new growth proves the patient survived for years. This practical approach extended to the resources found in the body itself. In the prehistoric world, animal fat was a critical commodity, used for fuel, waterproofing, and as a medicinal salve to prevent wounds from drying in the cold. Early humans applied the same utility to their own dead. Residue analysis on ancient ceramics shows that human fat was rendered and stored, likely to be used as a pharmaceutical preparation for protecting skin and treating joints. These populations were utilizing the specific lipid chemistry required to protect human tissue. Today, we buy those same lipids in high-end cosmetics. Our ancestors simply sourced them through the most direct means available. Survival also required using the body as a multi-purpose tool. Prehistoric humans used their teeth to soften leather and grip stone implements. By age 30, many individuals had ground their teeth down to flat nubs. In a community where this level of wear was universal, the resulting dental pain was a shared baseline. When everyone's teeth are worn to the pulp, pain is no longer an outlier. It is simply a condition of being an active contributor to the group. The need for group identity was so strong it was often carved into the bone. Many cultures practiced intentional cranial modification, binding the heads of infants to permanently change the shape of the skull as it grew. This did not impair the brain, but it provided a permanent marker of identity. In an environment where being cast out meant death, ensuring the child bore the physical mark of their tribe was a necessary safeguard. This commitment to the group even dictated the treatment of the dead. Evidence of funerary cannibalism, the ritual consumption of deceased relatives has been found on every inhabited continent in the prehistoric record. This practice was a systematic ceremonial process. The precision of the tool marks on these bones differs from the marks left by warfare or starvation, showing a level of time and attention reserved for ritual. Within this framework, consuming the dead was an act of continuity. It was seen as the alternative to abandonment, a way to carry a relative forward within the bodies of the living. Looking at the modern human through this lens changes the definition of normal. Our current lifestyle is a departure from hundreds of thousands of years of biological history. This configuration, living in sterile environments with a single sleep block and no parasites, is a recent development. It is an unusual state for the human animal. While we wouldn't trade modern surgery for a flint drill, we have to recognize that our current comforts have created a mismatch with our evolutionary wiring. Our history is a series of shifting compromises. Each step toward a more managed existence has displaced an ancient biological requirement, leaving us as the subjects of a massive, unverified experiment.